Hey guys, what's up? It's Victorian and welcome to a mage video. Today I want to talk about what is the best spec for leveling a mage. To start out is how do we want to level? How did I level? I started leveling, I leveled my character pretty quickly. I did it in 8 hours because I was working on my professions and stuff as well. I actually took it easy because I didn't want to rush. I could have done it easily in 6.5 hours. Easily doable. But I didn't. I chose to do some cooking, I chose to do some tethering and enchanting and some fishing. I just wanted to do some professions as well. I took it a little bit easy, did some with friends as well. So yeah, but you can do it quicker than me. But I want to pull. If I want to level, I'm not gonna pull one mob at a time. I'm not that guy. I want to level quick. I wasn't the quickest, but I still want to get it done fast. I was number 3 of my guild to reach 120. Which is, you know, doing it in 8 hours is for you guys probably slow, but whatever. I want to pull packs of 5 or 10 mobs at a time. That's what I want. And I went with a setup that I could actually do that. I also wanted to be able to deal with rare elites and with elites if I run into them. But my first priority was to deal with large packs of mobs. If a quest giver would say like, hey, go kill 8 mobs of these, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pull all 8 of these guys, I'm gonna AoE them down. And I want them to be slowed, I don't want them to move. I want to be able to do that with a lot of DPS, quickly and safely. So level 15, bone chilling. And the biggest reason is for bone chilling and lonely winter on a single target, by the way, single target DPS. They're really close, but bone chilling gives you a damage increase as well, but you get a pet. And your water elemental can cast freeze. Now, how to place freeze on your cast bar? Really simple. Go to your spell book, go to pet, and you just drag freeze, and you just put it down somewhere, wherever you want. I added it on 3. In Mist of Pandaria, you needed to have macros for, was it for water jet and for freeze, but you don't have to do that anymore. And the water bolt is gone by the way, or whatever it was called. Level 30, shimmer. Before I continue, I just skipped something. Why is that freeze so important? The freeze of the water elemental is because we have a talent, or not a talent. We have a spell, a passive ability called Shatter. Multiplies the critical strike chance of your spells against frozen targets by 1.5 and adds an additional 50% critical strike chance. So basically, let me show you. I'm gonna cast my blizzard, right? You can see the text right now, 700, 1400 crit. Now I'm gonna shatter it. There you go. You're gonna see more crits, higher crits. There you go. That's basically what shatter does. When targets are frozen, you have 50% more critical strike damage, and you have a multiplier of 1.5 against frozen targets. That's why that freeze is so important, because you can do it from range. You can keep your distance, throw it down, and you can shatter your basically everything. But most importantly, you can shatter your blizzard and your combat storm. Level 30, shimmer, blinking 2 times, really good. If you need to guide, this is what you want. It's better than ice flows for leveling. Level 45, there are 2 choices here. I would highly recommend Incantus Flow. Now, I was shitty geared. Now, let me explain. I was supposed to be a Demon Hunter main in BFA. And my mage was supposed to be my alt. Turned out it's going to be the other way around. My mage is going to be my main. But that's why my mage was shitty geared. It was normal Argus with looking for 8 Argus gear. That's what I had. And Incantus Flow gave me a nice DPS increase. You could go for mirror image. If you're struggling against rare elites or some elites, or you're struggling with some high level mobs, this could be the way to help you out, because when you pop mirror image, you get 3 copies of yourself, and the rare elite or the elite will attack the mirror images first before you get aggro, so you have some more time to DPS him without getting attacked. I did not need this at all. So my opinion would be Incantus Flow, but you know, if you're struggling, you could go for mirror images. Level 60, I would say Even Bolt, and the reason I'm saying Even Bolt is because it's really good against rare elites. I could solo them really easy. You just start out against a rare elite with your Even Bolt, then you go to your Flurry, which will slow him, then your Ice Lance, then you could freeze him with your Water Element, or throw a Common Storm on top of his head. I mean, you could do so much, keep the guy at bay, and do so much damage. And even Bolt, together with Flurry, Ice Lance, does so much amount of damage as an opening burst, especially against leveling mobs. And it was actually, this would usually take 25 to 50% down, 25% of a rare elite, usually 25 to 30% of the HP. A normal mob over 50% would disappear, usually with even Bolt. Ice Lance and Frozen Touch are, of course, are choices you can go for as well, but I went with Even Bolt just to boost my single target a little bit. Level 75, Frigid Winds. All your chilling effects reduce the target's movement speed by an additional 15%. Perfect. We're kiting. We want big mobs, big packs of mobs. We never want them to reach us. So an extra 15% slow all the time is really good. Ice Ward, absolutely not needed. We've got a pet with a freeze and we've got a Frost Nova. We're good. Ring of Frost could be an option. Could be. If you are struggling, you could be, or you are the guy that sets up a plan and is going to be like, well, I'm going to pull these mobs into my Ring of Frost, then I'm going to throw my Blizzard on there and my Comet Storm. It could work for you. But having 15% additional slow all the time, and that's what I went with. Level 90, Comet Storm. It's better than Freezing Rain in my opinion. Comet Storm is on a 30-second cooldown, which is perfect because it syncs up with Freeze, which is 25. It syncs up with your Frost Nova, which is 30 seconds. So it always syncs up with something to shatter it with, so it does extra damage. And it does a shit ton of damage. It's really, really good damage. And it works up to packs of 10 mobs is no problem. If you make sure, if they fit into a Blizzard, you're gonna be fine. Comet Storm is gonna hit all of them. And it does so much damage also on single targets. Against rare elites, or against elites, Comet Storm, it does so much damage, man. Level 100, all 3 sucks for leveling. Glacial Spike, why does it suck? It's a 2.8 second cast. That's a hell of a long time to stand still. Not recommending that. Not even, I know it stuns your target for a little bit, but against rare elites, or even single target against rare elites or whatever, not worth the 2.8 seconds, you're standing there, they're usually gonna close the gap on you. Ray of Frost, same shit. It does slow, but it's not good enough. I went with Thermal Void because it's closest to Glacial Spike damage-wise, and when you're pulling that rare elite or the elite, you know, you have 10 seconds increased Icy Veins time, and every Ice Lance will increase that by 1 second, giving you that nice burst. Frozen Orb together with Icy Veins, together with, you know, get the target into freeze, so stuff shattered. So it's a good DPS increase. Gonna level in War Mode, I have some talents for you as well. Gladiator's Medallion, I highly recommend that because it works in PvE as well, so you can use that as a trinket to get out of snare, stun, roots, you name it. Concentrated Coolness is a must-have. I swear to God, it's so good. Frozen Orb's damage is increased by 30%, and it's now castable at a location with a 40-yard range, but no longer moves. I wish we had this in PvE. The amount of times a Frozen Orb gets stuck on some invisible pixel or an invisible little stone which you can't see with a naked eye, when you do not have this talent and just a normal Frozen Orb from a Frost Mage, the amount of times it gets stuck in dungeons at bosses and not hitting the target you're casting and not even reaching it because it somehow gets stuck on something you cannot literally see is so annoying. And this, now we can put it down and it does 30% more increased damage, which is a lot. And the way I dealt with that was like, I'm gonna precast Blizzard. I want to show you guys this for a moment. So I would, and this would decimate packs. I swear to God, this is such a good combo. You would start with Blizzard, and the reason you're gonna start out with Blizzard is because you want these guys to be slowed. You don't want to open with Comet Storm and have these guys run at you and close that gap. You want to keep the gap. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna cast your Blizzard, yeah, cast your Comet Storm, then you're gonna shatter your targets in time and throw in your Frozen Orb. I accidentally moved my mouse there, but you guys get the picture. These guys keep getting stuck in that Blizzard because you can cast Blizzard pretty soon after a couple of seconds. So we're not gonna let them move. They're gonna be stuck in that huge amounts of AoE damage, which is really, really good. So yeah, that's the way to do it. So yeah, you cast your Blizzard. Let me show you one more time. Let's see if everything is going on. You cast your Blizzard, you cast your Comet Storm, you cast your Shatter, and then everything, your Blizzard and your Comet Storm, those shatter. Then you place your Frozen Orb. You're gonna place your Frozen Orb, of course, immediately, but I just wanted to show you guys that the shadow works and all that kind of stuff. So that's your opener. And does so much damage that they're usually dead before they come out of that. So yeah, that's good to have. The other talent I would went with is Temporal Shield. I just went with an extra shield because I was trying to pull a lot of packs, a lot of big packs, preferably temp or a little bit more. And to have some extra survivability sometimes worked out, because sometimes you pull extra when you don't want to. You're like, I'm gonna kite these guys around, I'm gonna pull a couple, then you have respawns and you're like, oh shit. So I liked having additional shield just when in case my ice barrier would run out and they would close the gap or something, you know, elite would spawn or respawns would happen. I was like, oh shit, that just melted through my ice barrier. I got a second shield or whatever. That was really good. But you could go for ice form as well, which gives you a 30% increase to your frostbolt and grant immunity to stun and knockback effects for 22 seconds. It's really powerful as well. I'll leave it up to you. I went with Temporal Shield just to make sure I would not die. And you basically, if you play your mates correctly, and if you do not try to push your boundaries, which I did, I wanted to see how much I could pull at a time. I died 3 times during leveling, and it was purely because I was like, okay, let's see how many I can pull now. Let's just go nuts, see what I can do. And I overestimated the amount of I could pull. I tried it at different levels to see what changed. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do that at level. I did the first time immediately, I believe, at 110 or 111. I don't remember. Then I did it once at 115, then I did it once at 118 with the new gear and shit. And those were the times I died. I was like, okay, let's not pull 10, let's pull like 15 or 20 mobs. I pulled once 30 mobs, I believe, and I was like, okay, let's see if I can deal with this. I couldn't. So those are the only 3 times I died. So if you're not struggling with survival, you could be like, I'm going for ice form. And then for the final talent, I went with Deep Shatter. Your frostbolt deals 150% additional damage to frozen targets. Always good. You're gonna shatter anyway, right? We're gonna freeze targets as much as we can. We're gonna use our freeze, we're gonna use our frost nova, we're gonna try to keep those guys in check. And for a single target, this is a nice boost because rare elites and elites can be also frost nova, and then you have that frostbolt that deals an extra 150 damage. Really good stuff. This spec was great for me leveling. If you want to do, for me personally, if you want to have an easy time leveling, and I mean like really easy, 2 fingers up your nose and a smile on your face, you can pull 5 mobs at a time and you not have to worry ever. You don't have to worry that they're gonna reach you. You don't have to worry that they're gonna hit you or that you're gonna die or whatever. If you pull 5 mobs at a time with this spec, it's never ever gonna be a problem. You can easily pull up to 10 mobs with this every time you want to. But there might be that 1 or 2 mobs, if you pull 10, that might not be running exactly through your blizzard, or they might get out and then speed up to you. It's still not a big deal. But you can easily 10 mobs at a time, easily. No problem if you set it up right, if you use your shadow correctly, if you're using your freeze from your water elemental, which is such a gift, also in dungeons, guys. The freeze in dungeons when your tank is making that nice death ball. Normal, heroic, mythic, doesn't matter. Hey, my tank is creating this nice 10 pack of mobs. Throw down your freeze, man. And then go, just precast your blizzard, throw down your freeze, throw in your common storm. You're gonna have a great time. You're gonna be on top of the DPS meter and you're gonna do so much damage. It's so much fun. I would highly recommend this pack to anyone who's gonna level a mage. You're not gonna have any survivability problems. You're not gonna have mana problems. You're gonna have a great time leveling. I did. Anyways, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you guys on another video really soon. Have a great day wherever you are.